Hello everyone, meowdy everyone, it is I, Fable, your new best friend. It's been a while, hasn't it? As you all can probably notice, I recorded a lot of the videos ahead of time. That way I didn't have to worry about them. But sadly, it seems in some of my haste, in my tiredness, I have failed you all. I made a few mistakes and that's okay, we'll get better next time. Hopefully this time some of the audio won't be muted or not at all, or not there. I'm a little embarrassed about it. Also, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm very, very tired, so I'm recording this in advance, so that way you don't have to worry about me. Possibly next week I'm going to the beach. It'll be great. I just want everything to be normal again, but that's not possible because no one listens to me, and that's completely fine. And I really want to listen to. Anyway, guys, new Cicada Shape 7, new Dinosaur Analog Horror, let's go! Anyway, love you all. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe to this person. Please let them know they're doing an amazing job, guys. Operation Cleanup Report 7. Staff Dr. Stephen Code. Reported contents tracking update and detection. Oh my.
Dr. Stephen Cole.
Hello,
Audio
Doctor.
log 7. Operation Cleanup. February 9th, 1980. This is audio report 7 in Operation Cleanup. I will be providing an update on tracking and an introduction to new capture and deterrence measures. We've had some new developments regarding the tracking and recapture of some escaped animals. Capture teams have located the territory of most escaped Neurognathus. Turns out a local schoolteacher with a particular interest in bats had found the colony of pterosaurs in the abandoned.
I still can't believe that's actually a species of dinosaur. It's really cool though, and I learned about it. They look adorable. Also a little scary. I wonder if they're terrifying in real life. Who knows, but I think they're really cute.
Myers building while filming a documentary for his class. They mistake them for a new species of bat and unfortunately have been using Optidine cameras to record his findings. Keywords and sounds picked up by the tick chip flagged him for investigation. We were able to confiscate his tapes. We used the excuse of public safety that these invasive bats were carriers of rabies to move in silently and capture the animals.
I mean, it made
Capture
sense.
teams managed to tranquilize and recover 5 of the 9 escaped pterosaurs. However, they breed fast and are notoriously
They look
hard to capture,
adorable.
so it's unlikely that we will be able to recapture every individual. However, we are trying and have so far been mostly successful. Another team will be closing in on the building tomorrow afternoon when the animals are less active. Furthermore, one of the 4 missing Coelophysis has been recovered. However, it is dead.
Oh dear.
This one is an adolescent female. She was found on the side of a quiet road 3 days ago on the.
Can I just say though, hold on, can I just say real quick? I love the props they use. This looks really good. I love it. Is that Felp?
Found on the side of a quiet road 3 days ago on the 7th. The body was brought to me for examination and autopsy.
It looks so good though.
Samples of saliva, blood, and other organic material. Autopsy and X-rays showed no obvious cause of death. However, the analysis of collected samples revealed something concerning.
Oh?
Bacillus carnamanducans. This is a pathogen from the Triassic. It was synthesized from a Darwin unit when creating the Coelophysis genome. It was assumed to be a bacteria from the animal's gut microbiome, as it was seen quite a lot in fossils from Ghost Ranch Quarry, but it turned out to have been a deadly external pathogen.
Oh.
When it was first synthesized in base B200, something went wrong, and it resulted in a genetically enhanced bacteria with an almost 100% mortality rate.
Oh. So not only did you bring dinosaurs back, you also brought an extremely deadly disease. Jesus, guys, you're really, Jesus.
Extremely exaggerated symptoms. That pathogen wiped out the base. Only a few remnants of the breakout were ever recovered.
Oh, you're right, dumbasses. Ooh, is that a Triceratops? Let's see. Let's see. Quarantine operation room base B12 200. Species Triceratops from 70% genome. Infection, I can't pronounce it. GM 25830 for internal use only. One of the only recovered tapes, highly classified. Jesus, guys. You literally brought a deadly pathogen back to life? Ugh. Those are dumb.
Thankfully, no more cases of that variant exist anymore, but the base bacteria is
Are
still
you sure?
quite infectious in itself.
Are you positive?
Symptoms vary depending on the species infected. In humans, it leads to a degradation of the skin barrier and a development of dermal cysts. In the coelophysis, the effects are lesser, but it usually causes severe fever, which can cause fatal intracranial pressure, which is what killed this individual. The synthesis
Jesus.
in new Triassic animals has been cut off, and we've developed treatment. We know the 4 coelophysis that escaped were individuals from the med bay being treated for the pathogen during the incident. They showed no signs of infection, but this proves otherwise. The implications of this are serious. We don't know if the others are still infected, but if this pathogen was to spread to the townspeople, it could lead to a local epidemic and the loss of lives. The pharmaceutical division is
if this is as infective, I keep saying that word, Jesus Christ. If this is as deadly as they're making it sound, yeah, the loss of life is going to be horrifying.
developing vaccines
Infectious.
and treatments to be
Oh
supplied
God, I
safely to the
can't
town
words,
via water
guys.
supply,
Help.
but this will take time, and updates will be provided through their progress tapes. The body here will be burned and destroyed, but we will take further samples for testing.
Why? So you can make the virus and sell it? Seems like you don't want to sell it, you dumbasses.
There have been some updates on the Dilophosaurus too. They've moved again. They
Oh dear.
keep doing this. They establish territory, make kills to sustain themselves, but they never stay. It seems they understand that they're being tracked and watched. As soon as they pick up signs of our presence, they seem to move deeper into the woods. But they don't stray far from the town of Bone Bridges. There isn't enough food to sustain them in the woods, other than deer. Their cave has been abandoned, and the only signs of their presence being the bones of local livestock. However, we've tracked them down again. We've recovered dung samples near the same abandoned building where the Ignirognathus were located. They were DNA tested
Interesting.
and have been attributed to one of the Dilophosaurus. Dissection revealed the bones of small forest mammals, cranial elements, as well as small undigested limb bones of rodents, feathers of birds. However, further dissection revealed 4 human finger bones, as well as
Oh.
2 human molars.
That's horrible.
DNA analysis reveals they come from 17-year-old Roy Desai, who went missing on the 29th of January. These are the second remains we have recovered of him. This leads us into how we will recapture them. Too many people have died, and over the last month, all non-lethal capture methods have failed. I understand that these are expensive assets and causing major fatal injuries, not in our interest. And also, qualified staff are limited. That is why I will now propose and demonstrate new technologies I have developed to aid in the recapture process. I'm going to be proposing and demonstrating here the use of modified deterrence agents that we already use to maintain animal security to be used as an aid of recapture. We use high-frequency emitters around perimeter walls of animal containment. If the animal moves too close to an emitter near a maintenance gate, for example, it'll sound off and cause great discomfort to the animal. This will usually cause them to bolt off. There is potential to integrate these measures into the recapture process. I produced a smaller handheld version of this device to emit similar frequencies that can be adjusted for use on the field. The idea would be to form a perimeter around where we know the animal.
Okay, I like the idea, but wouldn't it, in fact, like not be able? I think it'll work to contain them, but at the same time, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's possible that it would also not irrigate. Jesus, words. It'll also serve to, make them angry, irritate them. There you go, irritate them and possibly make them lash out. Because normally, when you guys ought to understand, when capturing animals or dealing with things like this, a cornered rat is extremely scary. I know these aren't rats, but a cornered animal can be extremely aggressive and very, very hostile.
Are and use these devices to contain them without physical barriers. In theory, the high frequency emissions surrounding the animals will mean they won't be able to run and will be too overwhelmed to fight. That way we can close in on them and make tranquilization much easier for transportation back to the facility. But will this work?
No.
The smaller devices are less powerful, and there is concern that it might not be as effective as a deterrence measure. That is where she comes in.
Oh.
Our third Dilophosaurus in the subterranean fake sky facility.
Ooh, that looks so
One of the only
good.
individuals to not successfully escape in the incident. We set up a slab of meat near one of these devices to test its efficiency. We started with a control, no frequency. As expected, she took the bait and came in to feed. We then upped the frequency
Seriously, look at how good this freaking animation is.
of the maximum capacity. This time with the same setup, she seemed uncomfortable, more wary when approaching the food. But eventually, she took it. And that was half of the full frequency, and it barely stopped her. However, at the full capacity of the small device, the results were incredible.
You're gonna make her mad.
Stayed between some nearby rocks, eyeing the area but not approaching. If a perimeter of these devices was used on the field, the animals wouldn't be able to escape. However, there's one problem with this approach. The frequencies affect all animals in the area,
Of
not just
course.
the target. This includes members of the capture teams. Ear protection can be provided, but lacking auditory function when trying to recapture large animals is risky. That doesn't mean these devices can't be applied. They can be used to reinforce current measures and used strategically to lower the risk for capture teams. But nevertheless, we developed more measures that are more specific for better capture. Using a Darwin unit, we synthesized synthetic pheromones. These pheromones were engineered to produce certain symptoms in certain animals. We sprayed it near the food and observed. The effects were similar to that of the high-frequency emitter. She didn't go near. This technology is
Risk assessment: unknown effects if inhaled or ingested with for both humans and local economy. The ecosystem if specifically engineered. Migraines, repellents, and repellents and standard body covered suit provide to capture terms on the listing. Jesus Christ, guys.
expensive, however, and while it's engineered specifically to impact certain species, we didn't fully understand the risks of inhalation for humans. This is why we didn't engineer more severe side effects, and why all capture teams using this tech will be fitted with respirators and standard body covers. This technology will be developed further, and hopefully applied to strengthening the security of our environments to prevent further escapes. We've had a number of species imported into the facility into temporary enclosures for study, alongside some geneticists from other facilities to aid in research while we focused on recapture. They began testing on proboscids such as Platybelodon, looking at the effects on...
Oh, look at that. It's so adorable. Please don't tell me it can actually hurt you and possibly destroy you and eat nothing but meat, because I'll be incredibly sad. But look at it. He's adorable.
pheromones on large mammals. So far, she's responded well to testing. They've also begun trials on large aquatic species such as our mosasaur, in the event that he breaks a maintenance gate, for example, and swims out into the wider area. While doing this, we also factored in smaller organisms in their environment. We know the pheromones or frequencies can cause major issues, so we studied fauna like ammonites. This here is an individual found dead in one of our Jurassic enclosures.
Oh, dear.
While she's not the same as the Cretaceous ammonites residing with the mosasaur, the application should be similar. We studied samples from these, as well as live specimens, to understand the effects of our deterrence measures on their major functions, to try and reduce the risk for them. Research was also applied to the less pure Paleozoic specimens. We started small with them, examining the effects on trilobites, such as the Solenoides.
Oh, it's a
There isn't too
trilobite.
much risk for most of these currently cloned Paleozoic animals to cause any harm if they manage to escape into the sea or rivers. But this technology can be used for newer facilities, such as the Carboniferous rainforest or Ordovician sea, who will house more deadly animals. At that, I'll conclude my log. I hope the progress my division has provided is satisfactory.
Oh, God, not the
More
water.
logs will be sent out
Get
when
in the water.
further progress is made.
Get in the water. Sorry, I can't help it. Well, yeah, guys, that was really cool. I'm kind of glad they made a new episode and whatnot. If you like this kind of content, please do let me know in the comments section down below. I love having discussions with you guys. Just know, please be respectful, because I will fight you. I am not in the mood anymore for this crap. I'm really getting tired of all my friends. I love them, but Jesus Christ, are they starting to annoy the crap out of me. Anyway, love you all. Y'all take care. Remember, guys, if you like this kind of stuff, like, comment, subscribe for me. Go to this lovely boy right here. You can't see it. Go to this lovely boy right here. Give him all the love. Give him like and follow, all that good stuff, please and thank you. I'll see you all later. Bye.